Hello, beloved, beautiful soul. This is George Hermes. I've got some unpleasant news for you. You're going to die. I'm going to die. Everyone you've ever met and everyone you've ever loved is going to die. But I've got some good news for you. You're already immortal. You don't have to do anything to achieve immortal life. You don't have to believe any certain specific set of things. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to behave in any certain specific sort of way. You're already immortal and you're already guaranteed eternal life because you're an eternal being. You weren't created. You've always existed and you will always exist. What's the next step after this life? I'm not sure. That depends on you and your karma. What's karma? Karma is just what is. Don't think too much about it. You're going to go on. Maybe you'll live a new life. Maybe you'll live forever in heaven. But it's not terrible. No one's going to a place that's terrible. Hell's not real. Hell is an illusion created by very malevolent and evil men. Hell's not real. Heaven is real. Heaven is where everybody goes. You're going to heaven. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how naughty you've been. You're still going to heaven. Guess why? Because we've got near-death experiences. And something happens to people at the end of life. A certain set of things happen to people at the end of life that happens to almost everyone. When people get really old and they get near the end of their life, three things happen. The first thing that happens is dead relatives will visit them a few days before their death. They'll sit up in their bed and they'll talk to people. They'll talk to people who aren't there. This happens regularly. Their mother, their father, their grandparents, they visit them a few days before their death. And it crosses all religions. It crosses all beliefs. It crosses all socioeconomic classes. It happens to everyone. Not every single time, obviously, but it happens to enough people that it's noticeable. The second thing that happens is people regain their cognitive function. This doesn't happen to everyone, but even people with Parkinson's, with rotted brains that aren't even there, they'll sit up in their beds and they'll become themselves again. All of a sudden, they're themselves again. This happens to people when they're about to die. They come back for a few hours, sometimes for a few minutes, but usually for an hour or two. They'll come back and they'll be themselves again. No matter how much of their brain is even not physically there, they come back. So it seems like our locus of self is located outside of our own brain. Do you realize that? Your self is located outside of your own brain, in another dimension maybe, in a cosmic field. Something goes on there that is physically real. And the third thing that happens is that at the moment people are about to die, they see again their dead relatives. My great-grandmother sat up in bed as she was dying and started waving to people that no one else could see. She was waving at them, and then she laid back down and she died. That was the end of her life. And it was, I think, a beautiful, beautiful moment. Because where else do we want to go when we die than to be with the people we love and who love us? So don't worry that you're not believing the right thing, that you're not good enough for heaven. Everyone is good enough for heaven. Why? Because we are all pieces of God. We're a piece of God. God, the infinite, immortal, all good source of all being. You're a little piece of him or her. Gender doesn't matter when it comes to God. You're a little piece of God. I'm a little piece of God. We're God looking for each other. I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope I find what I'm looking for. This is George Hermes. Peace.